Welcome to this year's course of the Holy Season. We're going to be talking about the leaves of the flying seed, as well as the blessed moonwings. We're going to be giving instructions on how to use those, and then we're also going to be talking about the I am harmonics, the harmonics of your I am seeds, inception, appellation, and mission seeds. We'll also give a little more information. So let's go ahead and get started. In a little while, in just about 5 minutes, you're going to need to enliven your I am seeds, your inception, appellation, and mission seeds. You'll be given 5 minutes in which to do that. So if you have your flying seed nearby, just be prepared that you will be doing that. If you don't have your flying seed there, that's okay. You can just sit quietly and do it where you are. Before we get started, let's go over just a little bit of information about the leaves. Most of you have received your box set by now. If you haven't, this is what it looks like. When you open it up, you have the moonwings up here, the leaves down here. It's a little bit blurry because I still have the glass cover over it. Once we take the glass cover off, you can see the moonwings up there, and you can see the leaves down here. When we take the leaves out, you can see that they're large. They're also very thick when you hold them. They're not actually made from paper or cardboard. The material is silk. They're made from silk, and then the ink is printed on the silk. So these are the leaves. Now, many of you have already received phone calls from our office letting you know that we have new instruction from Lantos about the leaves that we had not known before, and that is he only wants 1 or 2 people to actually handle each set of leaves. So when you receive your set of leaves, you can, of course, handle them. 1 other person can handle them also. So a family member, a friend, a spouse, a partner, anything like that. But you don't want to share them with other people. You can use them on other people. You just can't let the other people touch them. We're going to talk about that and the reason for it. Also, before we get started with the actual course, there is an answer that Lantos gave to a question that Cindy asked him about using the moonwings to find one's mission seed, because as we focus more and more on the harmonics of the I am seeds, many of you don't have a permanent mission seed. Those of you who have attended the teacher training course, either at the Seed of Eternal Light in Hawaii, or at the Western Gate of Knowledge in Los Angeles, or the Eastern Gate of Knowledge in Taiwan, those of you who have done that have a permanent mission seed. But the rest of you do not, and you let fly the moonwings each morning to find your mission seed for the day. So Cindy asked, if someone has not let fly the moonwings for that person's mission seed at a Gate of Knowledge or at the Seat of Eternal Light, is there a seed number that could be used as the mission seed, as a stand-in for the mission seed, in the same way that seed number 8 may be used as the inception seed when one doesn't know one's birth date? So there, that also presents a little information that I haven't given you yet. Some people around the world don't actually know their birth dates. They've got a general idea as to when they were born, but they don't know the date. It's much more common that you know the date that you were born, but you don't know the time. So then you use the signal cell to actually determine which of the 2 seeds were active during the day is supposed to be your inception seed, the first or the second seed for that day. But if you don't know the date of your birth, it's a lot harder to try to figure out your inception seed. Lantos said in that case, one can adopt seed number 8. This seed is the seed of the World Mother, and everyone on earth is able to benefit from this particular seed. So anyone who doesn't know their date of birth uses seed 8 for their inception seed. Cindy then asked, would we use the same seed as a stand-in, as a permanent mission seed for someone who has not yet gone to the gates of knowledge to find their permanent mission seed? Lantos responded, "It is the role of the moonwings to detect the winds of mission. If travel to the beloved gates is not possible for the individual, then one may let fly the moonwings for the mission. It will be good to select a time and to select a location which feels peaceful and undisturbed. The winds of mission are present everywhere. If one's location is near to a line of mission, this process of selection will be enhanced." So there, Lantos is talking about the location harmonics. Many of you have already had a location harmonics consultation. There are different lines. If you let fly the moonwings for your mission seed close to one of the mission lines, it will be beneficial for you. But that is not as beneficial as doing it at one of the gates of knowledge. So those of you who have gone to the gates of knowledge, don't think that you should try it again, just locating a mission line. Lantos continued, "For the process of selection, one should have present a tool of initial rotations. That means your pendant of eternal light or the flying seed tool. Either of those will be a tool of initial rotations." Lantos continued, "This process amplifies the subtle forces of creation, the energies of creating. We are receiving the radiance of the supreme song. The energies of this world are shifting in preparation for the arrival of the beloved great tool. As these energies develop, as the influence grows, the issuance of an intent strengthens in its effect. As we approach the year of the song, the network of eternal light is undergoing a shift. It is a shift into a new, more fluid value. The new fluid network flows in waves of sublime radiance, expanding, entering the regions of the lands and waters of earth. The initial channels of light, the initial foundation of light established over these years, has produced a framework sufficient in size, sufficient in scope, to support this new, fluid form of expression. This is the activity of the eon of eternal light. This activity produces fluid waves of the supreme essence of light. In this new eon, we will issue an intent which calls forth the newly awakened fluid energies of eternal light. This intent may be applied to many aims. We will issue, I am the way. I am the way. I am the way. This intent ignites the forces of the song. As we receive our supreme tool, we will welcome the mighty presence with this intent. We will open the gates of the song with the intent, I am the way. I wanted to read that message, that answer to you, even for those of you who have a permanent mission seed, because that's great information. That is definitely really interesting about that new fluid aspect of the light. Next year is going to be interesting for us. Okay, let us begin with our course, the course of the holy season. Very good. It is very good. We will ring the bell of Genesis to open this holy season program. We will begin with the performance of the I am seeds. We will allow 5 minutes for this practice. The video is going to keep time for you, so keep the video going. We're going to do 5 minutes to enliven the IM seeds using the flying seed. Very good. Very good. We are experiencing the days of many blessings. It is a time of many blessings. Light, sublime light, flowing into our realm. Light of the source, flowing into the physical layers of form, the physical layers of existence. This is the word holy. When we use the word holy, we are describing this process of the light of the source, the blessings of the source of creation, entering the physical realm of existence. The physical realm receives the light, the energy of the Almighty Source. We have received the precious knowledge of the seeds in this year of the flying seed. The knowledge of the seeds of creation. This knowledge contains the knowledge of creation, the knowledge of all expressions of creation, the knowledge of the dynamics of relationship between all aspects of creation. Harmonics. In this year of the flying seed, we have received the knowledge of the expressions and the relationships formed through these expressions. This is fullness of knowledge. This year will be remembered as the year of fullness of knowledge. 81 seeds, the form of the flying seed of creation. Knowledge is given when the time is ripe. Ripe. At that particular time, the taste is filled with the sweetest essence. At any other time, the taste is not as sweet and the experience is not welcomed. When the taste of knowledge is sweet, the knowledge is welcomed. We are in the holy season of the year of fullness of knowledge. The time is ripe to receive the greatest gift, the gift of the holy season of the year of the flying seed of creation. In this ripened state of time, the supreme gift emerges. The song emerges. This is the supreme gift to humanity, the supreme gift to unite, the gift to enliven the light of the source within all expressions of the source. 81 seeds of creation, the arrival of the knowledge of the realms of creation, the experience of the great spheres of creation. This is the limitless endowment flowing from the experience of the 81 seeds. Each seed, illumined within the individual, generates expansion and growth on every level of life. It is the endless, abundant endowment offered by the precious seeds of creation. How do we recognize these seeds? In the forest, one sees a seed on the ground and wonders, what is this? Then one looks up and sees the shape of the tree. One sees the branches, and then one sees the leaves, and it is through the easily perceived values, the values expressed by the leaves, that one knows, oh yes, this seed belongs to that expression. From the simple expressions offered by the structure of the leaves, one gains direction for understanding the values contained within the seed. On the physical layers of life, our experience is given a direction through the expressions contained within the leaves. From here, our knowledge deepens. Our experience expands to reveal finer and finer aspects of the seed. The leaves are that aspect which is most visible, most clearly and easily seen. From a distance, one can see the leaves. One sees the leaves and one knows, oh yes, that is that tree. The leaves stand prominent, announcing the knowledge of the tree. The leaves reveal the direction for the seeds. Leaves reveal the direction of the seeds. It is very important. Leaves reveal the direction of the seeds. We have received the leaves. Now each has received these beautiful leaves. Yes? Very good. The leaves offer the precious expressions. It is through these simple expressions that the path is opened. Beautiful. The beautiful expressions contained within the leaves. Each expression offers direction. Each expression opens a path to experiencing the full value of each seed. Within these few words, the path is revealed. These are path words. Path words. These phrases are the passwords. Passwords to unlocking the fullness of experience of the great spheres of creation. In our practice of creating, we present the passwords, and the experience of the realm opens. 81 precious seeds, 81 leaves, revealing the simple phrases which are the passwords to unlocking the experience of the realms of creation. Full knowledge, complete knowledge. Without these precious passwords, without the precious seeds, the realms of creation remain, always available, and yet, to gain access to the vast knowledge and experience of these realms is difficult. Without the direction of the path, without the path words, the journey is uncertain. Such a treasure, the passwords of creation, 81 seeds. The passwords are inscribed upon the leaves. The physical form of the leaves supports the value of the precious knowledge of the seeds. The form of each leaf is enlivened in the values of that particular seed. We may utilize the leaves in a treatment session. The leaves are not to be handled by many. It is best to allow 1 or 2 individuals to come into contact with the physical form. The energies are delicate. The information supported within the physical form is vast. The leaves are not of the same nature as the tools. The tools may be used by many. There are many layers of information contained within the leaves. We see visually a particular layer, a surface layer. Yet, there is much information stored within each leaf which extends beyond that which is seen. We will say that the keeper of the keys is often silent and aloof. The leaves hold the keys, the passwords to the seeds. The energies contained within each form is, we may express, sacred. These are sacred forms. The leaves are sacred forms. Forms which unlock the experience of the great realms of creation. When using the leaves in the setting of a treatment, we will position the leaf on top of the chamber of eternal light within the frame of the beloved flying seed tool. This assembly is positioned beneath or beside the individual receiving the treatment. This structure sends the energies to the individual while maintaining the purity of the leaves. A single leaf may be selected for each treatment. The selection may be according to the I am seeds of the individual, or one may use the moonwings to select the specific seed. The intent for the moonwings is the same as the intent issued to the translator for the session. If the intent of the session is I am perfect digestion, then the intent issued for the moonwings is the same. I am perfect digestion. The individual offering the treatment may let fly the moonwings, or the individual receiving the treatment may let fly the moonwings. This should be done directly following the intent issued to the translator. The moonwings will indicate the specific leaf to be used for each treatment. If one wishes to treat an individual from a distance, one may position the picture image of the individual on top of the leaf. Yes, good. These forms, which contain the energies of the path words for each seed, carry many healing blessings. The leaf of the inception seed may be used for all purposes. The leaf of the appellation seed may be applied for increase of health and well-being. The leaf of the mission seed may be likewise used for the values of the personal path and for generating abundance. Whenever possible, it is best to perform these distance treatments in the framework of the Master Flying Seed tool and chamber. If the flying seed tool is not available, one may also place a pendant of eternal light, an amplifier, and a translator together with the leaf and the picture image. For every aspect using the leaves, a tool of initial rotations should always be present. The beloved master tool of the flying seed or the pendant of eternal light. As we receive the great tool, this will contain all values of the early energies, all values of initial rotations, the elemental energies which spiral forth into creation. All leaves may be used in this way. It is best to apply one leaf at a time. In the course of a single day, one may apply the leaves of the IM seeds to the photo, allowing each several hours' time. Now, we will examine further the knowledge which is contained within the leaves. Let us review the leaf of seed number 8. This is the seed of the World Mother. We will begin with the Realm Lord. We will see a symbol of waxing within the Realm Lord position. This indicates the nature of origin. The origin is waxing. All seeds emerge from the source. As they emerge, they take on the nature of waxing, waning, or full. Waxing, waning, full. 3 guiding forces in creation. Each seed belongs to one of these realms. We see in this seed the forces of waxing. The leaf offers us this knowledge of the form of the seed. We also notice a color located within the sphere. This color indicates the primary cosmic sphere, dark blue. This color is significant. This color is associated with the great cosmic sphere of creation. As we energize a particular color, we energize the qualities of that cosmic sphere. This is true of the nature of color. Color is a means of connection of the forces of creation. We utilize the great cosmic spheres in our performance of the seed creating, as these wheels have been trained with the Genesis energy. These are the wheels of Genesis. Each wheel is associated with a great cosmic sphere of creation. Each wheel enlivens a particular sphere within our experience. We may further enliven the values of this seed through our daily environment. This leaf of seed number 8 gives us the knowledge of the color of the seed. The value of color may be enhanced through the colors which we wear, the colors which we place in our surroundings. Dark blue, in this case. The colors of the primary sphere of one's inception seed may be worn to increase energy. The primary sphere color of one's appellation seed may be worn to increase health and vitality. This will increase the general sense of well-being. The color of the mission primary sphere may be positioned in the office area, or it may be worn to increase gains and support one's path in life. These colors may be worn. They may be placed in the areas of influence around the house or in the workplace. If one's color of the primary sphere of inception is full rays, one may consider a blanket or a covering in the sleeping chamber in this color. Though the influence is not that of the full rays wheel, there is yet some uplifting influence. This color provides some enlivenment of this sphere. As we enliven our daily seeds, we become more perceptive, more aware of these influences in all of creation. As our experience increases, our perception increases. Now we arrive at the energies of the I Am seeds. These 3 seeds contain the sequence code of life. I am. Within this sequence code, there are dynamics of these 3 values. Harmonics are generated. It will be very good to examine the nature of the harmonics, increasing these values to the highest levels of expression, as these energies enliven the full network of individual existence. At this time, we will offer a brief rest in our program. When we return, we will present the step-by-step path to harmonics. We're going to take a break shortly, but we need to go over some of this information that we just learned, and then we'll take the break and move to the I Am harmonics. Let's go back over some of the important points that we just learned. First, with the leaves, keep in mind 1 or 2 people can handle the leads. Husband and wife, partners, family members, friends, but limit it to 1 or 2 people. Other people, you can use the leaves on their behalf. Position it on the chamber for a treatment, for example. But the other people should not physically touch the leaves. It will just be you and someone else who can touch the leaves. Now, the instruction that Lantos gave for using the leaves to treat a person who is physically there with you. He said this: when using the leaves in the setting of a treatment, we will position the leaf on top of the chamber of eternal light within the frame of the beloved flying seed tool. This assembly is positioned beneath or beside the individual receiving the treatment. This structure sends the energies to the individual while maintaining the purity of the leaves. A single leaf may be selected for each treatment. The selection may be according to the I Am seeds of the individual, or one may use the moonwings to select the specific seed. The intent for the moonwings is the same as the intent issued to the translator for the session. If the intent to the session is I am perfect digestion, then the intent issued for the moonwings is the same. I am perfect digestion. The individual offering the treatment may let fly the moonwings, or the individual receiving the treatment may let fly the moonwings. This should be done directly following the intent issued to the translator. The moonwings will indicate the specific leaf to be used for each treatment. So these 3 paragraphs, these were his instructions for an in-person treatment using the leaf. So we take the leaf, we position it on the chamber of eternal light within the flying seed tool, either directly underneath or next to the person receiving the treatment. How you would do that underneath would be if you were using a massage table, for example, that had enough room underneath it to be able to position the flying seed tool directly underneath the treatment area. Otherwise, just put it right next to the treatment area, directly next to the bed, and have the person lying down on the side of the bed close to where the flying seed tool would be located. You should only use 1 leaf per treatment. So you decide which leaf you want to use, and then that is it. You can either do the I Am, you can do an inception or an appellation or a mission, or you can use the moonwings to select the leaf. And if you do use the moonwings, then the intent is going to be the same as that which you use with the translator. Now, in the past, I've always told you that when you use the translator, simply visualizing or focusing your thoughts on what you want to accomplish will be sufficient. And there's no limit to the number of intentions you can use for a biogenesis treatment session. Both of those things will change if you are going to be using the leaves for that treatment, because you should then select just one intent for the treatment, and you should state it in terms of I am, then whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Lantos gave the example of I am perfect digestion. You could have I am strength, I am perfect energy, I am perfect health, I am perfect happiness. Anything like that would be just fine. And then you use that phrase after you set the intent with the translator. You use that phrase with the moon wings. Either person, the person giving the treatment or the person receiving the treatment, may let fly the moon wings, and you do this right after setting the intent with the translator. So those are the instructions for giving a treatment in person. We asked a couple of questions about this for Lantos. When performing a biogenesis treatment session with the leaves, we place a specific leaf on the chamber of eternal light within the flying seed tool. Should we also then place the wheel for that seed on the flying seed tool and create to enliven that seed, or is it sufficient to simply place the leaf on the chamber of eternal light? So here, let's say that you let fly the moon wings and it tells you to use seed number 42. So you just put the leaf for seed number 42 on the chamber of eternal light, or should we also take the green regeneration wheel, which is the wheel for seed number 2, and place it on the flying seed tool over the location of seed 42 and create using its phrase? Lantos responded, yes, it will be good to enliven the great cosmic sphere for the blessings of the individual. Then the question, then for that treatment session, do we go ahead and use the biogenesis tools and wheels on the individual? Lantos said, yes, yes, the session will continue under the radiance of the beloved flying seed. So that means that you would decide what you want to accomplish. You would set the intent with the translator, a single intent, I am something or other. I am perfect happiness. I am perfect health. Let fly the moon wings using that same intent. The moon wings will give you a seed number. You take that seed number, you find the leaf for that seed number, place it on the chamber of eternal light that will be within the flying seed tool, under the treatment area or next to the treatment area. Take the wheel, the primary wheel for that seed, place it on the flying seed tool, on the primary seed, on the seed number itself, on the seed itself. And then you can go ahead and create to enliven that seed for just a short period of time, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then proceed with the treatment. Distance treatments. Lantos gave some instructions on distance treatments. The question was, if one wishes to treat an individual from a distance, one may position the, I'm sorry, this isn't a question. This is revisiting his instructions from the message, from the course. If one wishes to treat an individual from a distance, one may position the picture image of the individual on top of the leaf. Yes, good. These forms which contain the energies of the path words for each seed carry many healing blessings. The leaf of the inception seed may be used for all purposes. The leaf of the appellation seed may be applied for increase of health and well-being. The leaf of the mission seed may likewise be used for the values of the personal path and for generating abundance. Whenever possible, it is best to perform these distance treatments in the framework of the master flying seed tool and chamber. If the flying seed tool is not available, one may also place a pendant of eternal light, an amplifier, and a translator together with the leaf and the picture image. For every aspect using the leaves, a tool of initial rotations should always be present. The beloved master tool of the flying seed or the pendant of eternal light. As we receive the great tool, here he was talking about the song of the spheres, this will contain all values of the early energies, all values of initial rotations, the elemental energies which spiral forth into creation. All leaves may be used in this way. It is best to apply one leaf at a time. In the course of a single day, one may apply the leaves of the I am seeds to the photo, allowing each several hours' time. So what are these instructions? Let's go over them phrase by phrase. We take a picture, we place a picture of the individual on top of the leaf on the chamber of eternal light within the flying seed tool. If you take the person's inception seed leaf and use that with their photograph, you can do this for all purposes, any purpose. If you use the leaf for the appellation seed, then it will promote health and well-being. If you take the leaf for the person's mission seed, it will promote personal path and generating abundance. If you don't have the flying seed tool, let's say that you are traveling and you don't have your flying seed tool with you, but you need to do a distance treatment on someone, then you would take the leaf, set it on the table. You would take the picture of the person, set it on top of the leaf, then take the pendant of eternal light, set it on top of the photograph, along with the translator and the amplifier. Lantos also gave the instruction that whenever you use the leaves, you need to use a pendant of eternal light or a flying seed tool. Either of those, because they enliven the initial rotations of creation, and that is something that needs to be done in order to receive the benefit of the leaves. Lantos also gave the instruction only one leaf at a time. We asked a couple of questions on this. One question, for the distance treatments involving the leaves, we place the leaf of the chamber on the chamber of eternal light within the flying seed tool, and then we place the photograph on the person receiving the treatment on the leaf. Is that alone sufficient? Or should we then use the creating technique to enliven the seed or use any of the biogenesis tools? And Lantos' answer, in this case, we will apply the use of the great cosmic spheres. Yes, we will perform the creating technique of the seed for 1 minute. The sphere may be positioned on the flying seed tool. This is very good. It is very good. With the arrival of the song, we will use the supreme tool to activate the process. There is an inseparable connection between the beloved flying seed tool, the chamber of eternal light, and the supreme song. This endless link, this eternal connection, will be complete with the arrival of the great tool. So, a great answer pertaining to the song, but specifically the answer to our question was we go ahead and take the wheel. So we have the leaf for the person. We place it on the chamber of eternal light. We take the person's photograph and place that on the leaf. Then we take the primary wheel for that seed number. We place it on the flying seed, on the location of that seed. Then we will do the creating technique to enliven that seed for 1 minute, just 1 minute. And then we can just leave the picture there on the leaf. We don't need to remove the wheel and put it on the picture. We can leave the wheel on the location of the seed. Now, before we take our break, Lantos spoke about colors. Let's go through what he said about using colors. He said this: the colors of the primary sphere of one's inception seed may be worn to increase energy. The primary sphere color of one's appellation seed may be worn to increase health and vitality. This will increase the general sense of well-being. The color of the mission primary sphere may be positioned in the office area, or it may be worn to increase gains and to support one's path in life. These colors may be worn. They may be placed in the areas of influence around the house or in the workplace. If one's color of the primary sphere of inception is full rays, one may consider a blanket or a covering in the sleeping chamber in this color. Though the influence is not that of the full rays wheel, there is yet some uplifting influence. This color provides some enlivenment of this sphere. As we enliven our daily seeds, we become more perceptive, more aware of these influences in all of creation. As our experience increases, our perception increases. So the inception seed primary color, wear that or surround yourself with it to increase energy. Appalachian seed primary color, wear to increase health and vitality. Mission seed primary color, wear or place in the office area to increase gains and support one's path in life. So those are the instructions that Lantos gave us during this first segment of our course of the Holy Season. Let's go ahead and take a break. We will take just a 10-minute break, and then we will proceed with instruction on the harmonics of the IM seeds. The video is going to keep time for you. We'll take a 10-minute break. Okay, let's go ahead and get started again. Now we reach the point of the course where we talk about harmonics of the I am seeds. A week ago I told you in a lecture what this was going to be about. Your inception seed is determined by the time, date, location of your birth. So you cannot change that. Your appellation seed is determined by the name by which you are commonly referred to, the name you commonly used for yourself. So that could be a nickname, it could be a shortened version of a name. And if your name is Catherine, maybe you go by Kathy. That can be changed. And that's why we focus so much on the appellation seed, because it's the only one that can be changed. Then your mission seed, this will be a permanent mission seed, one that you find by going to the Eastern Gate of Knowledge, the Western Gate of Knowledge, or the Seat of Eternal Light, and then letting fly the moon wings to find your mission seed. In order to find a mission seed for the purposes of your harmonics right now, if you need to do it immediately, then follow the instructions that Lantos gave that I read to you at the very beginning of this course. Go to a location where you are undisturbed and you feel especially comfortable and in tune with the environment, and during a time where you are undisturbed. So that could well be early morning in your living room, early morning in a park, as opposed to early afternoon when there are a lot of people around and there's commotion and you've already been out in traffic and doing things during the day. This is what Lantos means by time and location where you're not going to be disturbed. And then let fly the moon wings. You will use the phrase, I am the way. So once you have your permanent mission seed, we then focus on the harmonic relationship, the harmonic compatibility between your inception seed and your appellation seed and your mission seed. But it is not just these three seeds, it also involves the reflective seeds and several combinations between these, which is why we're not going to learn how to discover the harmonic compatibility ourselves. We're instead going to be learning how to use the website, because there are several new features of the Flying Seed website that I want you to know how to do. We're going to be going through a video right now that will teach you everything that you should do on that website. Remember, the Biogenesis website, biogenesis.us, has all of the information about our primary tools and wheels, and also about the Flying Seed, and it covers a lot of videos. All of our courses are there, and you can purchase the tools there. But when it comes to these special tools to help you with your inception seed, appellation seed, the harmonics, these have to be done on a different website, because the website that we use, the software to run the website that we use for Biogenesis, can't actually run the computing software that we need to be able to figure out all of the information for your inception seed, your appellation seed, and your I am harmonics. That's why they are on a different website. So let's take a look at how you get to that website and how you will go through all of the different options there, so that you can make sure that your harmonics of your I am seeds will be as supportive as possible. This is something that is important to Lantos. And if it's important to him, then it means that it's important to us. Okay, let's take a look at how we get there. Okay, we are going to be learning how to use the online harmonics portal so that you can answer lots of questions about your own I am harmonics, as well as take a look at various compatibility harmonics. You can get to the harmonics portal two different ways. One is through our Biogenesis website. So you go to the standard Biogenesis website, and then you can simply scroll down. Right now, you can just go to the course for the holy season, click there, then click the button that says check the harmonics of your IM seeds. That will take you to the harmonics portal. But the other way you can do it is you simply go into the flyingseed.org website and scroll down. You'll go through several different options available, and then you see in the center, Services, New Harmonics Portal. Click Go to Portal, and that takes you to the same place. We scroll down all the way until we see Harmonics Calculators. You enter your information here. Let's try, we're going to try someone named Catherine Jones. We'll skip the email address, commonly used first name. Let's go for Kathy. Her mission seed, we're going to say her mission seed is 32. Now you can enter the birth data here, the date, the time, the city, the state, and it will calculate the inception seed information for you, but I suspect nearly every one of you already has your inception seed information, so you can just click enter inception seed. And then you enter, for her, we're going to say that she has an inception seed of 60. So the mission seed is 32, the inception seed is 60. Let's go ahead and do a name analysis. So the mapping service we are not going to concern ourselves with during this class, but the other three we will: the name analysis, the compatibility evaluation, and the name recommendations. For right now, we're going to do the name analysis. We click continue, and we see that Kathy, so Catherine Jones, inception seed 60, commonly used first name Kathy, name seed is 41, mission seed is 32, and her IM harmonics is only 9%. That means she is getting very little support at all from her name, her appellation seed. So let's go ahead and go back. We're going to try something else for her. Now, one of the easiest things that you can do when an appellation just is not supportive at all for you is you can stick with the same name but use a different version of it. If your name is Suzanne and you go by Susie, you could try Suzanne, something like that. So we're going to try that with Kathy. So once again, her name is Catherine Jones. Commonly used first name was Kathy, but we're going to try Catherine. Her mission seed was 32. Her inception seed, we're going to enter the inception seed. The inception seed was 60. And remember, when she went by Kathy, it was only 9%. Now we're going to shoot for Catherine. Let's see what it is if it's Catherine. It jumps to 100%. That is the difference for her between using her full name, Catherine, versus the nickname, Kathy, that she has used ever since she was a child. So this tool, where it's just the name analysis, is very beneficial when you know a group of names or different spellings for your name, so that you don't actually have to tell everyone, hey, I've changed my name completely. You can just say, you know what, I'm going by Catherine now, or I'm going by, whatever name with a different spelling. You don't even have to tell them the spelling. You just know that you've changed the spelling of your name, even though it sounds the same. So that is the name analysis. Now let's take a look at name recommendations. This is this one down here, name recommendations. We're going to try that one. Let's try someone else. We're going to go with someone named Robert. He normally goes by Bob, so let's put that in there. His mission seed, we're going to say, is 71. His inception seed, we'll enter the inception seed. His inception seed is 9. So mission 71, inception 9, and we are going to Well, let's start with the name analysis, because that's always going to be the starting place. And he gets 9% support. No wonder he's not happy going by Bob. So let's try that other technique. Let's see if he goes by Robert, if that will increase it for him. So Robert, and commonly used first name Robert, mission seed 71, inception seed 9. So instead of Bob, he's going to go by Robert. Let's do a name analysis. Still, only 9%. So Bob, Robert, only 9%. Tell you what, let's try Bobby. Maybe that will work. Robert, Bobby. Mission seed is 71. Inception seed is 9. Name analysis, still only 9%. His name, if he does any version of his name, he will only have 9% harmonics. He's got to go with an entirely new appellation, an entirely new name. So now let's take a look at him again. So commonly used first name, he goes by Bob. Mission seed 71. Inception seed 9. Now we're just going to ask the computer to recommend names for us. So you click on name recommendations down here, have the radio button clicked there, hit continue. Now it's going to ask you some questions to determine what you want it to give you. Because if you want every single male name that we can find, that it'll give you 200 names for each seed. Let's limit it down though. So you start with male or female. He's male, so we're going to click on that. And let's just stick with popular. The rest of these, it could be that he's Greek and that his family is conservative, and while they might be able to deal with another Greek name, they would not be able to deal with him if he switched to an Italian name or if he switched to a Spanish name. So he wants to stick with Greek. That would be fine. But for our purposes, that's not the case. We're just going to stick with popular names. That's the first one up here. If you want to see every possible name, you just go to the bottom and you see where it says complete list. You would click there. But for us, we're sticking with the top one here, popular. So let's go ahead. We'll take a look at compatibility analysis later. Right now, we're just going to continue. Now, once you hit continue and you're doing the name recommendations, it takes about 10 seconds to 20 seconds for the computer to pull up everything, and that's because it's going through tons of calculations. It's taking your inception and your mission seed, and it's coming up with all of the different best recommendations for you based on 81 different appellation seeds, and then coming up with all the names for them. So it takes it a little while. If you entered an email, it's already now emailed this list to you. Otherwise, you just click here, and it gives you it tells you what you've got as far as your name, your inception seed, your commonly used first name, your appellation seed, the name seed number, and then the mission seed number. So remember, for him, he only had a 9%. He was pretty bad on that. But now, here's our list. So you start, it prioritizes based on the best IM harmonics. That will give you the 100% number. Then it tells you the seed number. Then it gives you a name, and it goes through alphabetical order on the name. So good news for Bob. If he wants to switch his name to Adonis, he will have 100% harmonics. But Bob thinks that perhaps his friends will tease him a little too much if he changes his name to Adonis. So let's take a look at other names that he can go with. Here are many other names that he can try. So he might say he always liked Levi. Levi gives him a 100%. Well, that's good. He can continue going down and looking at other ones. Let's say that, Romeo, That still gives him 100%, but once again, he's thinking his friends will tease him too much. Let's say Alec was a name that he always liked. Alec still gives him a 91% harmonic value. So he can go through this whole list. Now, the list is not going to drop below 82%. And that's because Lantos really wants you to have at least, I think it's 80%, but it might actually be exactly 82%. He wants you to have at least that value of your IM harmonics, the harmonics of your IM seeds. So you can choose from any name on that list, or you can go back and click the button for a complete list, and it won't just limit it to popular names. It'll give you every possible name down to 82% of your IM harmonics. So that is the name recommendations service. Now, let's try the compatibility evaluation. We're going to take a husband and wife, Stephen and Mary Smith. Stephen isn't very happy with how his life is going. He considers himself not lucky. He doesn't really have strong health. He doesn't have strong affluence. Nothing really goes his way, but he sure loves his wife, and they get along. So he knows that if he changes his name, it might change some of the compatibility with his wife. Let's take a look at their situation. Stephen, and he spells it with a PH, Stephen Smith. And commonly used first name, he goes by Steve. His mission seed is going to be 49. We're going to click to enter his inception seed. His inception seed is 77. Let's take a look at his name. Do a name analysis. 45%. That's why he doesn't feel terribly lucky. That's why he doesn't think that things go his way, because his IM harmonics, they're only 45%. So let's go back and let's try one of those tricks that might work really well. So Stephen Smith, and let's say he switches to use his full name, his full first name, Stephen. His mission seed, remember, is 49. His inception seed is 77. Now, so instead of Steve, we're going by Stephen. Let's see if that helps us. Well, it bumps it up to 82. That is pretty good. Now let's take a look at his compatibility with his wife. So he doesn't need to change his name. He just has to go by Stephen instead of Steve. So let's take a look at Mary. His compatibility with his wife. So Stephen Smith, and then he goes by Steve. His mission seed is 49. His inception seed is 77. We're going to do a compatibility evaluation. So we're going up here, compatibility evaluation. Now, once we hit continue, it asks us to put in somebody else's name. Mary Smith, commonly used first name Mary. Her mission seed is 2. Her inception seed is 5. Let's continue. They have overall compatibility of 77. So we see it gives us a recap of his harmonics. It gives us a review of her personal harmonics, and then the compatibility results. Overall, they have a 77% compatibility, which is pretty good. So now, let's see if that changes if he goes by Stephen instead of Steve. So Stephen Smith and Stephen, we have the mission seed of 49. We have the inception seed is 77. Compatibility evaluation. So again, we're doing Stephen instead of Steve. We enter her name, Mary Smith. Mary is her commonly used first name. Her mission seed is 2, and her inception seed is 5. So now let's continue. And their compatibility has just increased to 87%. Their overall compatibility has gone up from 77 to 87. So for Stephen, if he goes by Stephen instead of Steve, then his personal harmonics, his IM harmonics, increase from 45 to 82, and his compatibility with Mary actually jumps 10% from 77 to 87. So that is great. But let's say that weren't the case. Let's stick with the two of them, and we're going to try something else. Stephen Smith, he goes by Steve. Mission seed is 49. The inception seed is 77. Now we're going to do name recommendations. Let's say that he just doesn't know what he wants for his name. He'll check male, he'll check popular. Now he's going to go down here to the bottom, include compatibility analysis at the bottom of the page. Go ahead and click that. Now he's going to hit continue, and he enters his wife's name, Mary Smith, commonly used first name Mary. Her mission seed is 2, and her inception seed is 5. Now we hit continue. And because it's the name recommendation service, again, it takes 10 to 20 seconds to do it normally. Let's go ahead and click here and see what it looks like. It gives us a review of his information. It gives a review of her information. Then we scroll down, and here is the way it looks. We are accustomed to the standard name recommendation service where it gives you 1 percentage point, 1 percentage number value, plus the seed number, and then the name. Here, what we've got is the first percentage value, then the second percentage value, then the seed number, and then a name. The first percentage value, the one in the left-hand column, is going to be his IM harmonics, the harmonics of his IM seeds, if he uses this seed number and this name. The second percentage value is the compatibility, the harmonics compatibility percentage with Mary, with his wife. So if he decided he wanted to go by the name Calvin, he would have an IM harmonics of 100%, and his harmonic compatibility with his wife would be 89%. Now, he doesn't like the name Calvin. That's up to him. He can go to something else. If he decides to go with Will, that still gives him a very good harmonics. So this would be how someone could choose a different name, but it could also tell them how they are doing with their harmonic compatibility with somebody else. So that is our harmonics portal on the website. Now we've reached the conclusion of our course for the Holy Season. In this course, we have learned a lot of information about the blessed leaves of the flying seed, about the blessed moon wings. We've learned how to use them in different ways. We've learned more about the harmonics of the IM seeds. Lantos has spoken about different tools during this course, but he highlighted something in particular when he said, with the arrival of the song, we will use the Supreme Tool to activate the process. There is an inseparable connection between the beloved flying seed tool, the chamber of eternal light, and the Supreme Song. This endless link, this eternal connection will be complete with the arrival of the great tool. So he focused on the importance of these master tools, the flying seed, the chamber of eternal light, and our new tool, the Song of the Spheres. The Song of the Spheres is getting produced right now. We anticipate having at least a couple of them in creation by the end of this month. We think that most of you will receive yours in early January. We're having them made as quickly as possible so that we can get them out to you as quickly as possible, because next year is the year of the song and there is a lot to learn about it. Before we read the closing remarks from Lantos, I just want to say thank you for participating in the course of the Holy Season. These courses are always fun for all of us. They provide great information, great knowledge, and they focus our attention on what is important during this period of time. And we have heard great messages today about the change of energy into a more fluid state, about the great things that have happened this year, the year of the fullness of knowledge, and the great things that are coming for us next year. So everyone, thank you for joining me for this year's course of the Holy Season. We will conclude now with Lantos's concluding message. These tools are the forms of the great elemental energies for Earth. In this most blessed holy season, the whole of creation rejoices in the coming of the supreme song of the Source. It is the song of the spheres, the great tool of the early being Tot. It is that tool which has been safeguarded for its powers, mighty powers. These mighty powers arise from the knowledge of the early moments of the inception of creation. The song was present, recording the script of creation. The script of creation is that which is called the song of creation. In this holy season, it is our greatest blessing. It is creation's greatest blessing to receive the supreme tool of the song in physical form. We give thanks. We give thanks. We give thanks to the mighty universal beings of light. We offer supreme thanks to the supreme source of all, the almighty source of creation. Many blessings.